Cabañas. Welcome. Thank you. Well, opening a debate is not always easy, but I hope I will manage. Steve Jobs said that what distinguishes a leader from a follower is actually innovation, and in that regard, I think this is the place to be. The 16th edition of the ENISE, organized by the INCIBE. I would like to congratulate them all for organizing this event. I think we have an essential opportunity to make this international meeting, which is now one of the reference in the world, and to make it the opportunity to develop the theoretical and practical framework for the synergies between not only different businesses but also between the businesses and the administrations. And for this we want to make this ambitious but not impossible project by creating this network around cybersecurity together with the INCIBE. I think we have a great opportunity ahead of us, and I think this day and a half will be the opportunity to make those synergies. In this space and in this single window, I have to talk about the resources of San Andrés de Rabanedo, and obviously we need to take advantage of the European funds and specifically the framework of the international agenda for European development. I'm referring to the green agenda, the social agenda and the digital agenda to highlight the different resources we have in place. As far as San Andrés de Rabanero is concerned, we have different options, both for the purely logistical scope. We can mention our airport, and I say our airport because it is shared between San Andrés de Rabanero, although it is located at La Virgen del Camino, but we have a part of the airport, and the expansion of the airport might actually bring it closer to San Andrés de Rabanero. This will be an international airport, as we just saw on the video, but also our business centre. The whole province and the region of the Alfoz have a project in place to make our industrial land a land to be used, and we will be able to use this initiative and the support to make our technological hub in our area around cybersecurity. But not only from the technological perspective, we also have companies such as HP, which is located in San Andrés de Rabanero in the former Everest facilities, but we also have other companies which are happy to be part of this revolutionary project. Our businesses, I would like to just name a few of them. We have very many, but just to name a few, we have two businesses that are part of this practical framework, because I am aware that one of the delegations of the North American companies that are attending this ENISE will go to visit them. One of them is SIBA, which is part of the pharmaceutical hub, which is becoming again a reference in the province. But we also have Miguelez. Miguelez is a company that is at the avant-garde internationally. It is one of the main manufacturers of low voltage electrical wires. They have been certified for their quality, and all of these companies are very committed to this technological agenda with a series of activities centered around the development of technology, but also on ecology. I wouldn't like to miss two other businesses that are particularly linked to the technology sphere. We have Food District Link, which although do not work on technology per se, but are becoming a referent in manufacturing processes, and they indirectly use cybersecurity for all the digital marketing campaigns, and Integra Media, of course, which is part of this digital family and are a referent not only for ourselves as a municipality, but also for our region as a whole. We also refer to this effort to decentralize our government, and this is seen clearly in San Andrés with the nationwide reference center, CRES, which is a center that provides coverage to people living with disabilities, and in this regard it is our jewel in the crown for decentralization. They have a lot of experience and background, not only in research but also in development, and taking into account this CRE when it comes to establishing the new synergies will be absolutely paramount to when it comes to becoming a referent not only for San Andrés but also for the province. And from a purely technological point of view, our Tune the Crown, you may have heard me talk about this. It is a long partner of INCIBE, Fab Lab. This is a lab for digital design, which seeks from the research and from the practice to create prototypes. The objective is to create those ideas and make them into a prototype, and as I said, they have been working with INCIBE for a long time, and they are a fundamental part for this technological development, because they are able to use digitalization and to involve not only businesses but also institutions, and the key part of this is the actual involvement of the education institutions. Lastly, but not less importantly, I would like to refer to defense and security. Talking of defense and security is talking about San Andrés, because as you all know, we have a small part of the Air Forces Academy, the Basic Academy as it is called, with our aerodrome, and we also have another academy which is part of the campaign artillery and the 5th battalion of the UME. We have a lieutenant representing this body, and it goes without saying that they are really important in this area, and how they are working from the UME. They're working towards digitalization, cybersecurity, and the use of drones in the 5th battalion of the UME. And finally, I would like to refer, as part of the military air base, we have a group working on aerial systems, and we would like it to remain in León, because this is another one of the essential elements in this technological development around cybersecurity. I tried to summarize the many different resources we have. I think it is clear that not only San Andrés, but also we have many other resources across the region. These are just some of the examples, and to finalize, I would like to remind you all of this motto that we used back in 2016. If you can dream it, you can make it. And in that regard, the people of San Andrés, our resources, our institutions will be at the disposal of INCIBE to make this motto possible. And this year's motto, facing the future together. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam, and congratulations. I give the floor to the Mayor of Ponferrada, Mr. Olegario Ramón. Thank you very much for the invitation. Ponferrada is the capital in the El Bierzo region, 64,000 or more inhabitants. We've been depending on coal for a long time, and we are now facing a transition period. We are reinventing ourselves. This transition is difficult, but it's passionate. We are moving from coal mining to data mining to sustainable tourism, renewable mining, and mining of cybersecurity. And we have the strength to move this forward successfully. The thing is, we need to believe in that. We need to fight together without any kind of problems that might arise between us. And we also have a university campus, the campus of Ponferrada, belonging to the University of León, where students learn and can use this knowledge to create employment and richness and wealthness in our region. We are working in the health sector, in the engineering sector, but we also have UNED, the headquarters of the distance university. And in Ponferrada, we have the Inteca, which is the technological platform providing data and image infrastructures to the world, from Ponferrada to the world. And then at the UNED Center, we have also a territory center betting for innovation as a pole for generating life and future. We also have something important for the decentralization, working to provide this territory an alternative. This territory depended on coal, and we are trying to move away from that. This is something President Rodríguez Zapatero cherished very much, and we wanted to develop this further. We have three sections. green hydrogen, and research in energy storage. Then we also have the cultural axis, is the Museum of the Light that already exists, and the other section is the cultural aspect as oxygenated blood that will bring our region and city progress. But we also have another axis because we are working on biodiversity. We have, therefore, the Iwenya greenhouse for the restoration of 5,000 hectares with debris we are trying to restore. And we also have an agri-food sector which is very powerful. So we have two important regional denominations, two geographically protected areas that produce high-quality products in a land that wants to become more competitive. And we are also working on renewables. In Ponferrada, we have an industrial sector working on renewable energy with important companies as the M or Immobile, which create the air generators and the towers to generate energy with more than 500 positions. Tebitec is a glass company which is a world leader and that will become undoubtedly a center for technology and to study glass at a world level. This is what we want them to become. And what does the municipality do? So we have been part of a smart tourism network because we want to have sustainability from a financial point of view, from a also ecological point of view. Over the last years we've created a department, an innovation department, and also we have another project, Ponferrada Entrepreneurship. Two technological companies are testing solutions on the Internet of Things to improve people's quality of life. And some of the companies are selling their products throughout the national territory and also at an international level. As I said before, we are trying to use sustainability from a smart tourism point of view because we're thinking of the people, about the people who come and visit, but also we think about those who live in our territory. And we might be an example as a city that uses European funds, next generation funds, and other kind of financing to become a greener, more sustainable, more friendly city with a higher quality of life. A city, if you want to start your life in Ponferrada, you can do it in Ponferrada. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I would like to remind the authorities that you only have 3 minutes. So on the stage, time moves faster than we think. Now, the territorial delegate from Castilla León regional government. Good morning and welcome to this convention and exhibition center in this wonderful city of León. I would like to share with you 2 reflections. First of all, it's proud for me as an inhabitant of León to be in a place where we talk about how positive León is. León is a leader at a national level, at an international level in terms of cybersecurity. For the city of León, the capital, the regional capital, but for the entire region. When León wants, León can do things. And this is the 16th edition, which represents precisely that, how powerful León is when we want to become powerful. And this leads me to the second reflection. Because all of the administration instances are local, regional, national, regardless of our political color, This is very positive because this explains how we think about crucial things. We are not aware how important cybersecurity is for the global world we live in. So all the administration instances are here working together. To that means something we should be proud of. I represent the Castilla León regional government. We invest and we invest in and bet for cybersecurity. This autonomous region is submitting a project together with other regional governments, and the national government is going to help us to make this project a reality. And the regional government is moving forward digital administration, fully digitally administration. And digitalization must be safe. It is important to invest in security in order to avoid problems among citizens, and the administration, digital administration, should work to avoid the problems. We have a cybersecurity chair as well here in León, and the regional government award the best studies done by our university students, because we want them to study and work in cybersecurity. We also have the IT Center, which is a very important project for the regional government. And I would like to mention the Cybersecurity Hub created here in León, thanks to INCIBE, which is going to be very positive to the city. I'm really very obedient. I was told I only have 3 minutes. I only used 2. So I wish you the best stay here in León. And as the mayor said, you are the best ambassadors we have in Spain, in Europe, in America. I know people coming from around the world are here. So enjoy the city, because the city has many things to give. Thank you. Thank you, Madam. Delegates. I give the floor to the President of León's government, Mr. Morán. Thank you for the invitation. I represent the small municipalities and the regional and the rural area in León. Talking about digitalization in rural León is difficult. However, it is true that the situation we are facing now and the efforts of the government of Spain make us to be ready to have internet and optic fiber in all the little towns in León, and this will be completed in only 2 years. This will make us to be in the same conditions, so that citizens of the rural areas can enjoy the same services and opportunity than those living in bigger cities. So based on this situation we face in the province of León, and the provincial government is trying to train the elderly members of the community for them to use the new services, especially services that are being used in bigger cities. But there are some shortcomings in local administrations in rural areas. Without digitization, without the modernization of institutions, there will not be a modernization of the economy in León. So we are working together with smaller cities for them to join the new era of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity that could not be possible without the collaboration of the provincial government. Smaller towns couldn't enjoy all the services without this support, especially because they lack resources and the labor force as well. So the provincial government is making effort. 1 million euro will be devoted in 2023 to working with the smaller towns, and we will be able to improve security attacks and hacks. So we are trying to improve the situation, but as I said before, only having the opportunity of using internet in rural areas, we will have the same conditions as they have in other places. So we want to reach the target before 2025, which is the deadline. We would like to reach the target in 2023. We will always be ready to make things happen faster. I would like to thank you and the organizers for organizing this in León. I would like to thank them for thinking of León and thinking about León's talent. I would like to thank them for putting León at an international level, because we are one of the best and more secure places. And I would like to thank them for believing in the talent of this land, a land that faces a traditional binomial, tradition and modernity. The subdelegate of the government, Mr. Faustino Sánchez, has the floor. Madam Secretary, Director General, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, everybody. On September 15th, 2005, the government of Spain, presided by Zapatero, coming from León, opened an information bureau that was called later the Communications Technology Institute, INTEC. For 3 months, this bureau, this office, became the information point for individuals and companies interested in knowing the technological initiatives INTECO would be working with. On January 26, 2006, the Council of Ministers created INTECO. The reasoning behind the creation of INTECO mentioned two goals. On the one hand, contributing to the convergence of Spain and Europe in the field of society of information by developing innovative projects in ITCs. And the second goal was to promote local and regional development, creating in León a project with an international aspiration. INTECO provided counseling in terms of IT. The idea was to improve innovation and confidence in the field of society of information. In March 2008, INTECO, that is INCIBE now, got a specific building in the city of León to develop further its activities. In line with the digital agenda for Spain in 2013, under the government of Mariano Rajoy, INTECO becomes a cybersecurity reference institution for social society and financial digitalization for specialized knowledge. The National Strategy for Security of 2013 considers cybersecurity as something extremely important. Otherwise, for this reason, the National Cybersecurity Strategy was approved later. So, in October 2014, in order to protect an identity following its positioning as a cybersecurity reference national point, INTECO became INCIBE, the National Cybersecurity Institute. Today, INCIBE is the reference institution for development of cybersecurity and digital confidence among citizens and companies. Moreover, it is a social transformation engine, an opportunity for innovation, fostering R&D and I and talent. INCIBE promotes the national ecosystem of cybersecurity, and it also works for the competitiveness of national industry. In October 2018, the government approved the royal decree for the mainstreaming of ENISE directive for cybersecurity. This NIST directive aims at identifying the sectors where we should guarantee information networks and to establish notification of cyber incidents standards. It also creates an institutional framework for the coordination among authorities and relevant institutions in the fields of the European Union. INCIBE is one of the most strategic important services provided by the institutes. Thus, it's become the response centers for cybersecurity issues. And in the case of incidents affecting critical operators in the private sector, INCIBE works with the national sector for protection of infrastructure belonging to the Ministry of the Interior. So the response to incidents service consists in providing for citizens and companies the technological and coordination capabilities allowing them to tackle cyber threats. INCIBE, as the Secretary of State mentioned, has been designated in September this year as the National Coordination Center in Spain of the European Competence Centers in Cybersecurity. The Institute has become the reference institution for the development of cybersecurity and digital confidence of relevant agents, meaning the industry, the public sector, the academic and research world, and also citizenship. Moreover, it is the contact point in Spain of the European Centre. Let me conclude by saying that since the initial idea of President Zapatero to the idea of the current President Sánchez to decentralize the situation to address local and regional development, having in León INCIBE, former INTECO, allowed to make an ecosystem to grow, an ecosystem made by ITC companies and researchers, INCIBE, the University of León, and technological companies are part of this network. All this places us within the Spanish and European cybersecurity map. Decentralization is not only a building, it is not only public servants, but it's an ecosystem, as I mentioned a moment ago. Lastly, I would like to wish you all a very productive international gathering. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Delegate. And lastly, on behalf of the municipality of León, we have Mr. Vicente Canuria. Vicente, welcome. Thank you very much. We'll welcome you all. First of all, I would like to thank you, because the city of León, the province of León, should be really grateful for the efforts made by the government of Spain over the last 16 years, but also now the INCIBE is in our city developing its work. The municipality has something we really like, meaning weddings and celebrations. And after listening to the territorial delegate, this image came to mind, meaning these synergies that are being produced among all the administration instances for cybersecurity, for León to become a cybersecurity hub, and for this to be true, is something really thrilling. And as we do say in a wedding, let the bride and groom kiss. Let me tell you something I didn't see on the video, and special recognitions. First of all, I would like to talk about the emotion. León is really thrilled of having the 16th edition of ENISE now here in León, knowing that the Cybersecurity Center works very well. And of course, we bet for León for the company network, and everything that was developed at the time could be seen now. Because this is rooted in our history, in our past. León was created after the first Roman camp that established here. So, and now you, cybersecurity forces and law enforcement forces are using cybersecurity, which is extremely important in the 21st century. A few things I would like to mention. We need to work together in León to make INCIBE to stay here. And having INCIBE physically here is something that is a reason for pride in the municipality. I remember the former President José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero, as the subdelegate mentioned, when he created Inteco here in León. This is where everything started, but the municipality of León, let me tell you that we will continue working to support this celebration, to support the cybersecurity activities done here in León, and supporting everything that will make the province of León a reference point in the cybersecurity hub at an international level.